Hello, I'm Greg Jamian, and welcome to Home Health Care Corner. As more people receive their medical services and care at home, there are many questions that pop up that sometimes require quick answers. I have put together a series of short segments with healthcare professionals that will help explain how things work, along with answers to common questions found in home-based care. I hope you find the following information helpful.
Hi, welcome to Home Health Corner. My name is Erin, and we're here today with Lisa of Ameristaff Home Nursing. She's a registered nurse. And today we're going to talk about anaphylaxis, and that's serious allergic reactions to different things. So Lisa, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I'm just going to throw an example out there. When I walk into my children's school, that's the first thing you see right in the window. There is a child with a serious peanut allergic reaction in the building. So I'm assuming that's an airborne. So we are not allowed to bring peanuts of any sort into the school. So I know that's just one example, but today we're going to talk about the many things that you could have allergic reactions to.
Yeah, and that's school specific. Not every school, unfortunately, not every school does follow that rule. There are many other allergies out there, and actually the numbers are growing, especially the nut allergies in children. And not only is this diagnosed in childhood, but you can, I actually had a friend who grew up on a farm who ate eggs every day of her life. When she was around 40, her husband made her some eggs for breakfast. They ended up calling 911 because her airway closed up. Now, after eating eggs all of her life, 40 years later, she finds out she has an egg allergy that's very severe. So with that, anybody that does have a severe allergy should always at least carry an over-the-counter antihistamine with them, a liquid, because that's digested quicker than the chewable or the pills, and also an EpiPen that would be prescribed by your physician. Several other kinds of allergies that are actually becoming more and more prevalent in the U.S. are fish allergies, mostly shellfish, wheat, soy, nuts, a variety of nuts, whether they're nuts that are grown under the ground or tree nuts, eggs, as we talked about, and then there's also people that are allergic to insect stings, such as bees, which are also life-threatening, and also medications. A lot of the sulfa medications, a lot of muscle relaxers, penicillins, there's many varieties of medications that people are allergic to, which also can be life-threatening, as well as latex allergies. So I would just encourage anybody who does have one that they wear a medical alert bracelet so somebody is aware that they have that. And one other thing I know a lot of people don't think of, and I do this myself, even if I'm going to take a new medication, I always make sure that I take it around somebody else. In case I would have a reaction, somebody would be there for me. I wouldn't want to take something new being at home alone.
So if you are home alone, you would recommend having a friend or a family member there, or at least telling them about it so they know what you've taken.
Yes.
And it sounds like an allergy can kind of happen at any time. So if you weren't previously allergic to something, it can kind of strike at any time. So it's always good to be prepared.
Yes, it can. And also, once you find out that you have that allergy, for every other time that you're exposed to it, it becomes more and more severe. So you just really want to stay clear. And I just can't tell you enough. I have a daughter that has all of these food allergies that we just talked about, except the fish. And there's so many things that are hidden that you don't know about. So you have to be very careful. For instance, at a Chinese restaurant, they use peanut butter a lot to paste their egg rolls together. There's just so many hidden foods that you really have to educate yourself. And make sure that everybody around you knows, your family, your friends, and also from experience, my own family, knowing that my daughter has a nut allergy, they forget because they're not living it every day. So you go to an event, family gathering, and there's nuts sitting out and maybe nuts in some kind of dip. Or if you go to a family reunion or a party,
If there's a buffet or food out, you just have to be really careful of what you're
yes, because
eating.
even a dessert, a cookie, you don't know if they've put peanut butter in it, and one bite can cause death.
So what do you recommend for educating yourself on the different foods and what's in them?
I would highly recommend finding a support group, whether it's through a website or in your community. There are several websites out there for support. You can also register your child by, they will send you different information. You can register your child's birth date, so you're always updated. And they'll also update you like when the EpiPen expires, which is a good time to like renew the EpiPen around your child or your birthday, because you're always going to remember that. So, and the websites will send reminders, which is pretty awesome.
And with the EpiPen, do you have to have a pre-existing allergy, or is it something that you could request from your doctor? Say you're going on a camping trip or you're going to be secluded somewhere and you just want to have it on hand. Will they give you a prescription for that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have to be a pre-existing. It would have to actually be a diagnosis in order for your physician to give you that.
Okay.
Because the EpiPen, with having the epinephrine in it, it speeds up your heart, and so it's not a good thing to do just because you think you might have an allergy. It could become a really bad thing, so it's just only in a life-threatening event. The first thing, if you can still swallow, because your first thing is usually your airway starts to close up, is to take the oral antihistamine. That might be all that you have to take, depending on how much you were exposed to. But if your airway's closing up, and before you lose consciousness, you just always have to have your EpiPen. I can't stress that enough, on hand. And then there's a lot of things with that as well. You can't keep it in a cold place. You can't store it in your car during the summer months or winter months. So, again, I just can't stress enough how much you have to educate yourself.
And with the oral antihistamines, do you have any recommendations on things you should keep on hand?
Well, I would ask your pharmacist, like what is they would recommend, like the strongest one. If it's pediatric, you have to buy the pediatric kind. Benadryl has always been, what I've always kept for my daughter. They used to have, and I don't think they have them anymore, and I thought it was wonderful, the little capules that you snap the top off of the plastic and you could just squeeze them in your mouth. They stopped making those now, but especially in an allergic reaction, those would have been great. You could just squeeze them in somebody's mouth. So just make sure you have, the exact amount that you're supposed to. Remember, as your child gets older, the amount that they're supposed to take is going to increase as well. So you just have to follow up with your physician. If your child's in school, let everybody there know. And again, educate yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions, please contact us at AmeriStaff 248-288-2270.